Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 37 of Zero to Hero. Second episode, of course. We're at our brand new club, Blackburn Rovers. And we're in the second half of the championship season and we're playing away at Hillsborough, away against Sheffield Wednesday. Now, when I first joined, we were kind of lingering in and around the relegation spots. We've managed some half-decent results and we're slowly but surely kind of crawling our way kind of further and further away from the relegation zone. So really, unless something catastrophic happens, we should be okay. And we're up against a pretty decent side here in the form of Sheffield Wednesday, away from home, of course. And as you've probably made out so far, I had a half-decent game. There's definitely a big kind of learning process going on for me. Nuhu should have really probably scored there. Big guy up front, came off the bench for Sheffield Wednesday. Brereton was then played in, decided to miss a 1v1 of his own. Super Joe Rothwell tried to chip the goalkeeper who was off his line, didn't quite happen. And then Nuhu was in on goal once again with 10 minutes to go and wasn't able to punish us. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It's a new position for me, playing on the left-hand side. A lot of cutting inside. Amari Bell, to be brutally honest, isn't exactly making my life much easier. But when Adam Armstrong keeps on scoring, he is. It was good to see Super Joey Rothwell coming off the bench as well. You see he cut inside on his right foot there, played the ball into the box, into Armstrong. So, I got substituted off for him. He came on, he made an impact, managed to assist. Good save from Fisher there, which meant we managed to get all 3 points away from home. And I got a rating of 6.0. And obviously that assist will have boded well on Rothwell. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not that affects kind of my stature within the side. And believe it or not, it did. We were away in London against Brentford. Up next against the Bees, and Force put them 1-0 up, and as you can see, I was unfortunately dropped to the bench. Joe Grayson was not able to win the header, which meant that we did go 1-0 down. Bradley Dack then picked up the ball on the edge of the box, shot from distance at Griffin Park, but wasn't quite able to beat the goalkeeper. And with a couple of minutes to go until half-time, if we managed to leave it at 1-0, and going at half-time at 1-0, you always stand a chance in the second half of fighting your way back into the game. And obviously Tony Mowbray, the manager, Mogga felt the need to substitute me on in order to try and, get us back into that game. And so far so good. Within the first 15 minutes or so, we had plenty of chances. Brentford weren't really doing much, and it was pretty much us who were the team that were putting the pressure on. Nice link-up play between the front couple of players, and the ball eventually fell to the man in form, Joe Rothwell, who managed to get the equaliser too. It does seem like a lot of us in this Blackburn side seem to have similar celebrations where we point at our surnames. Ben Brereton also does the same thing, along with obviously me. And then 78th minute, I would like to explain what on earth happened there, but I can't. And in a league like the Championship, against a team that is always trying to gun for a top half or top 6 finish, like Brentford, kind of dwelling on the ball like that and then getting tackled and losing it is going to leave you in trouble. I needed to push for an equaliser. I did exactly that, and at point blank range, I somehow managed to put the ball wide, which meant we lost. Obviously disappointing. 4.0 rating for me for missing that chance there at the end. It is what it is. It's just the Championship for you. It's a long, hard season. Up next, we had Ipswich at home, who actually are one of the teams in one of the relegation spots. So for us, really, it is kind of a 6-pointer. I know when we saw the table a game ago, we were 12th, but honestly, the bottom half of the Championship can be so tight at times. I've got no idea how the Ipswich striker managed to miss that chance. Amari Bell played the ball into me down the left-hand side. You see how I cut inside on my favoured foot, played the cross into the box, but Adam Armstrong alone isn't always the best person to try and aim towards. Here, I managed to cut inside. I threaded the ball through to Bradley Dack, who probably hasn't been scoring as many goals as he does in real life. But it was an absolute pleasure, obviously, to be able to assist him this time round. Took it really, really well first time on his weaker left foot as well, and that put us 1-0 up against an Ipswich side we should be looking to beat. But yeah, Jackson finessed into our goalkeeper's left-hand side, and Nyambe tried to block it. David Raya tried to get a hand on it, but the real question is why we let them get into the box like that, and why we let them shoot from that kind of distance. 86th minute, back heeling towards me, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and let's be honest, you've seen me do it in Japan, and now you've seen me do it on home soil as I bow in front of the Blackburn end, in front of the home fans. Maybe glimpses of offside, but as far as I'm concerned, the linesman kept his flag down, and with a couple of minutes to go, you'd think that was going to be the winner. I had other ideas and very, very, very almost actually made it 3-1 and got a second goal for myself at Ewood Park. But yeah, it was a tight game. I managed man of the match. I think that could be my first man of the match in Blackburn Rovers colours. Long may it continue, and let's hope we get more and more of them. But apparently, I wasn't in the squad for the next game. We lost 2-0 to Villa, but at 14th, we were starting to slowly create more and more of a gap between ourselves and the bottom three. Next up, at home against Cardiff City. Neil Warnock's Cardiff City, freshly down from the Premier League, of course, but it was, in our favour, I guess, as we won a penalty. Lewis Travis playing on the right-hand side. Managed to go down in the box, and Adam Armstrong, who's good in for the Golden Boot this season. There's only one place that penalty was going, and it was in the back of the net, especially in front of a home crowd. So 5 minutes or so in, we're 1-0 up. I then make one of my runs behind the defence, and for some strange reason I made a decision to try and shoot across the goalkeeper, which probably actually made life a little bit more difficult for myself, rather than I should have aimed it more towards the near post, and I was made to rue that miss as Bobby Reid got the equaliser. Now, one thing you probably noticed so far is that we're in 2022 and the squads have barely changed. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of ruining the immersion for me. I mentioned it in the last video, but we're going to have to live with it for now. I managed to cut inside, play the ball into Lewis Travis in the box, but it was tipped just over the bar from the Cardiff goalkeeper. I make another one of my signature runs behind the defence, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, but I did a bit of a Ben Brereton, and really I should have finished from that kind of chance. Corner came in from Joe Grayson, met my head, but it was again a very, very poor finish from me. All the chances for the team are coming straight through me, and I'm probably at fault as to why we didn't manage to win this game, because Cardiff, weren't actually that impressive. 6.0 rating for me. Adam Armstrong got a rating of 9.0, just basically for scoring a penalty. I got injured apparently. We lost 1-0 to Swansea, and as a result of my injury, it meant that I wasn't called up to the England squad. But I managed to come back to laugh at Leeds, marching on together at Elland Road. And you'll see what I mean now when I say laugh at them. They had the better of the chances at the start of the game. Pretty mental how he volleyed this over the bar, but it was good closing down from, I think it was Amari Bell, just wide of the target there. Another chance for the Leeds players. And then 20 minutes in, we managed to mount an attack of our own. Good build-up in the midfield. Bradley Dack, as soon as he gets the ball, I know to call for it because he has that technical ability to be able to find me. Took it on the volley, but unfortunately my finishing is as poor as it always is. Cut inside once again. Very Ronaldo at Real Madrid under Mourinho-esque. He got saved though. And I had another chance right after that, which, as you can see, certainly wasn't saved. So Leeds no longer marching on together. Me showing off my surname. That's what we like to see. 1-0 up, and I'm starting to get in on the goals. It's taken me a little bit of time to adapt to the league. Everything is so much more fast-paced. Everything is so much more physical, and the slightly different position as well. But we're starting to pay dividends, and I really do feel like in the next season, I don't see why we can't maybe try and push for a top 6 spot. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, safety was always the goal coming in January, and it does look like we'll achieve that, especially with a win here at Elland Road if we can hold on. Plenty of chances for both sides. I even had a free kick that just about narrowly skipped past the post. I picked the ball up here in a wide area, took on the fullback, crossed the ball into the box, but it was another good save from the man between the sticks. And yeah, we had to do a lot of defending, I'd say, in the last 5 minutes or so, because Leeds started basically throwing absolutely everyone forwards. But we were sitting quite deep, so they weren't able to create too many clear-cut chances. And that meant I not only got another 3 points for the team, but also got another Man of the Match award for the trophy, another match ball for yours truly. So next up, we've got Bristol City at Ewood Park against us. I mean, it's a bit weird now because at this point we don't really have much to play for. From a personal perspective, I'm just trying to get used to the league. Obviously, the more that I can play within this league and with and against better players, the quicker my stats will level up and the better player I become. Now, one thing that baffled me was that, and you could tell that, like, I've seen this a trillion times, this goal a trillion times, and the pause I had there was just emphasising the fact that it doesn't matter how many times I see it, I still feel baffled every time. It's almost like David Raya saw the striker running at him and just thought, you know what, pal, I'll move out your way, let me make your life a little bit easier rather than actually do my job and try and get in the way of the shot. But yeah, Andy Vyman made it 2-0. There's me getting in on the celebration. San Andreas memeage. I mean, I'm not really sure what Raya did for the first goal. I'm not sure what he was doing there for the second goal. Fortunately, at this point, it didn't really matter too much. And yeah, it is always a little bit awkward in the Championship when you reach that point of the season where you're safe, but you're not good in for the top six and you're just kind of playing for the sake of fitness. We had a quick free kick. I kind of felt like I could have got a quick shot on goal, but a defender put himself between the ball and myself. And then, last but not least, the final game of the I think it's the 2022 or 2021-2022 Championship season, away at the Riverside against, of course, a team that our manager used to play for and used to manage, Tony Mowbray, in the form of Middlesbrough. And we were actually up against Harry Chapman on, I think it was the left-hand wing, who's actually a player for us in real life, and Rudy Gusted up front for Middlesbrough, who used to play up front for us a couple of seasons back alongside Jordan Rhodes. I think one season in the Championship they managed 40 goals or so between us, and we're finishing like that. You can see why. It was very poor defending from us. Gusted isn't exactly the fastest player in the world, so it's disappointing that he was even able to get past our back four. But I've said it all along, our defence is our weak area. It's annoying that the AI isn't really catering for any transfer movements with some of these Championship sides. I'm really not sure why. I'm sure the teams will look different in maybe 10 years' time when players retire and stuff. But yeah, I got another assist for my name though. It was Joe Nuttall, who's obviously been given a bit of a run around off the bench up front instead of Armstrong, with Brereton to his right-hand side. It was a good cross from me, and Joe Nuttall's quite a big player to aim for. And that was an awesome save from David Raya, just to prevent Rudy Gusted getting his second and obviously getting the winner of the match. So a fair result in the end. I think it's safe to say that we've not actually played too badly ever since I joined the side. 8.5 rating for me. And this is how the league finished. You know, if we're going to be gunning for the top six next season, we obviously need around 70 points. We finished 16th on 59 points. So, like, it is doable. You know, it is doable next season, especially with me in the side from the start. In terms of teams that went down, Reading, Swansea and Rotherham. Obviously, no one actually gets relegated because it's Pro Evo. And we'll take a look at the teams that got promoted and teams that come down next season from the Premier League as well. Adam Armstrong was the only player for us that finished in the team of the season, and I obviously got chosen to represent England at the World Cup. Playoff semi-finals, Norwich won that one. They beat Aston Villa 5-3 in the semi, and then beat Nottingham Forest 1-0. Man City won the Premier League, 12 points above Chelsea in second. Watford, West Brom and Newcastle all got relegated. So it looked like Southampton managed to stay up on the final day of the season. We finished this season at the age of 20 years old on 66 overall. So I think we started with a 55 overall. So in just 3 or 4 seasons, we've managed to add 11 overall attribute stats to ourselves, which is quite awesome. And it's a good reflection on how well we have been playing, be it in Japan, or how well we've transitioned over a short period of time to the different style of football here in the Championship. So 12 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. So that's like 5 goals or assists out of 12 appearances. So that is a very, very good return. It's like if you play me almost every other game, I will get a goal or assist. That's a very good return. And as for the World Cup, I'm afraid you're going to have to wait until the next episode. So, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.